How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be featuring the San Diego, the Tier 7 Premium American Light Cruiser. Now the San Diego did receive a decent buff in the November update. The SAP Alpha was increased, and basically I think that makes this ship a little more enjoyable. They did reduce the main battery reload a little to, I believe it's 6 seconds, which isn't the end of the world, especially since you can slot Epic Reload mod, which I do have on in this game. I kinda do wish I had Legendary though, because now that I'm thinking about it, for every kill that you get, the 5% damage buff that you do get from Legendary mod is going to be kinda huge for SAP. But anyway, this ship did get buffed, and they did some other things like reallocating the amount of HP in the ship's hull, in the compartments, bow, stern, casemate, and superstructure. But that's not as important. They did, I believe, miss one thing that they did change, which was basically changing the armor on the hull to be 16 millimeters. Previously, it was the same as Atlanta, which I believe is at 13, and the Atlanta is actually overmatched by 203mm guns. So ships like Baltimore, Anchorage, and the like of those cruisers could actually overmatch the San Diego with AP, which was something that I typically enjoyed doing whenever I did come across an Atlanta or even a San Diego. But they did change it, so now it's 16, so you are a little tankier against those, but pretty much everything else with the larger guns will overmatch you still. And this ship having no armor, well, could be a good thing or a bad thing. You're overmatched by battleships, so if you're bowing, there is definitely potential to beat Deathstruck. And well, there was that one YouTube short that I had maybe a couple weeks ago where I was just sitting flat broadside in front of Venezuma that was shooting AP, and basically all he did was overpen while I was shooting him with SAP and basically just melting him. But yeah, going to the island that I usually farm from on this map, I saw a pretty big opportunity to push in and sonar a Summers, and well, my twist and track was actually still pointing to the left of that, which was at this Bliska, so I just decided to keep going, use my sonar, and well, surprise surprise, there were 2 destroyers, and then well, ACAT also came over from the middle. And well, this is probably the greatest start to a San Diego match that you will ever see. And just look at that SAP damage. Previously the SAP Alpha was the same as HE, so your damage to destroyers was very minimal, or rather the same as an Atlanta, and really you only had a decent reload for the duration of your reload booster, so it definitely wasn't nearly as good. And well, you just saw how nasty San Diego's new SAP can be. And well, now they're down 3 destroyers in a 4 destroyer match, and this is starting to pretty much turn into a steamroll. I'm also using my new one of my new favorite Geises, the Watson Amelia, one of the Hololive Geises. I know most people probably won't enjoy it, but my child brain and heart really enjoys the silly lines that the American and the German one say, especially the ding 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 fire alarm. And those of you that have been tuning into these streams recently, ever since I've been using these Hololive Geises, you definitely know how much I actually enjoy them. So hopefully you guys also enjoy them. If not, well, you're just going to have to deal with it, because I am not going to change my settings to turn these off. I am going to keep it on all the time. I might actually even change it back to common, so this is the only thing I hear, even from friendly ships. And yes, I did actually change my Shelly Beepley Geist from Lady Liberty to Amelia Watson. Sorry, Watson Amelia. But yeah, so now Lady Liberty is going to be on another ship. I haven't actually decided what to put it on. I might put it on my Mordoff, although I do have another Geist on it. Kinda sucks that I can't just choose which nation I want to put this on, and it's specifically for the US because I mean, I do use pretty much all the collab commanders on my Massachusetts. I have Optimus Prime. All my other US battleships is AL New Jersey. Pretty much the only things I could use it on is the cruisers or destroyers, but then again, I do have like Miss Santa, Santa, and there's just a lot of other guises to use. Although Watson Amelia is definitely going to stay in use, and probably on the cruisers, since I typically do use deeply on all of my American cruisers that have radar, which pretty much at tier 7 through legendary is all of them. The German guys, Takanashi Kiara, I did end up putting on my Henry J. Hyde, and since I use Hyde pretty much for all my German battleships because I do enjoy my secondary builds, and basically since it's a hybrid I do get to keep some accuracy, and probably is the best German battleship commander, I decided to throw her on that. So we do have two commanders with the ding 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 fire alarms that we do get to use most of the time. But yeah, we're just pretty much steamrolling through the enemy team in this, and yeah, since they don't have any destroyers to spot, that Anchorage definitely had to just spot for himself, especially with this Surrey just kind of kiting all the way to the border. Yeah, nothing really to stop us, so we're just gonna keep farming him and sail through the cap, and then try to go and fight the enemy team that's actually pushing through A. It is kind of unfortunate that this game did turn out to be such a steamroll. I mean, it is what it is. We kind of did dumpster all three of those destroyers, so there's really nothing their team could do in this kind of situation. A team with 3 destroyers more than the enemy, there's just not much they can do. Even though they might have won, that one destroyer is definitely not going to be able to spot all 4 destroyers and take them all out. I mean, it might happen if the DDs absolutely thorough and the one DD had support, but in this case, yeah, there's really no possible way. Steamrolls are seeming to become more and more common, especially during the first and last weeks of updates, when most players who stop playing the game return to either check out the new update or play the ships that are basically getting nerfed before they do. There definitely was, in the last few days of the last update, a big surge in Kansas and Shimikazes, because those 2 ships did get nerfed, and, well, I guess also Sumner did get a nerf, and there was a decent surge in those players as well. Of the 3 though, I don't really think Shima and Candace nerfs were that big of a deal. Sumner's definitely was. Losing a bunch of reload and also losing some detection, it was kind of brutal, especially after Kita got buffed. I feel like after the Kita buff, it probably could have just stayed as it was and would be decent competition. I mean, I do know they, have their spreadsheets, and I can only basically make my judgments on the ships that I played, and after the Kita buff, Kita is actually really good. So now it's kind of time to make a decision between still using Sumner and moving over to Kita. Also, asking for a smoke screen, and that Venom actually did lay one. I kind of think it's because he actually got spotted and not because I asked. But either way, we do now have a smoke that we can kind of use to go and farm the enemy battleships, although Voldemort is kind of running away. The reason I asked for a smoke was because I assumed he would kind of just turn in and charge towards me, but that's not really the case, and at this point, well, we did get the last destroyer, so 4 DD match, 4 kills on destroyers. He was very low, and we did only put a few shells into him, but kill's a kill, we got 4. And now the hunt for a Kraken is on, although we do have 900 points and all 4 caps, so this is going to tick extremely quickly. I just need to get as far as I can to the left just so I can start shooting over the island, and I do have 1 reload boost ready, so I just need to do as much damage as I can. especially since it's only a few more seconds of this match since we're getting close to the 1000 point mark. We start our reload boost, and we're just trying to hit the superstructure because at this point that's the only part of Voldemort that we can pen. We do get our High Cal and Confederate, and we're doing decent chunks. All we need is a couple more salvos, but we end up reaching 1000 points, and yeah, the game ends with Watson Amelia's amazing line, "Yay, we win." But yeah, Watson Amelia, definitely one of the better commander guises if you're a child at heart. But yeah, 3400 in a San Diego with an amazing start with those 3 destroyers. Only 104,000 damage, but that was pretty much all 100% of all 3 destroyers, and a little bit on the 4th one, plus Anchorage, Surrey, and a little bit of Voldemort. Like I said, I was using Beepley with new amazing commander guys, and here looking at the new armor, it is 16. It is more than the Atlanta, which pre-buff it was actually the same as Atlanta, but now it is a little better, so you're not overmatched by ships like Baltimore, so you can kind of get away with fighting those. It's a little tankier, a little more comfortable, but the ship is still very situational. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more, and share it with your friends, or leave a comment down below for other ships you want to see in the future, and if you enjoyed this commentary. But till next time, guys, aloha.